Yo, what is up? Welcome back to the Culture and Cannabis Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Full-Time Tony, here with the one and only JC Coates. What is up, JC? How we doing?
We're doing fantastic, bro. Fan-fucking-tastic.
I'm pretty stoned right now, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't think I was getting that stoned. Sometimes I had already I was already a little high because we had smoked that gold joint earlier. When we had that meeting earlier today. And then, You forget that, like, when you get a high tolerance, I feel like this happens to me, that you get like a baseline high, and you don't even really know it's there, because you're just like, that's like your baseline high, and then but then if like you already had your baseline high and then you smoke out on top of it, that's when you get actually high.
Right, yeah.
That's where I'm at right now, and I was just ripping the pen too hard on the way over here, but.
Well, that's good. I mean, you deserve it, bro. You've been doing some heavy lifting lately.
Yeah, lifting heavy things as many times as possible.
It's like I find heavy things, and I'm like, hey, Tony, can you lift this up for us?
You want to hear a funny story that I have about you about lifting heavy things? So our good friend, Derek... Derek, I always fuck this up.
It's Gooman.
Derek Gooman. I forget what day I was just bullshitting with him the other day, and he was like, he had said to me something about how you're getting buff and like you're addicted to the gym and all these compliments that you would have liked. And then he starts telling me a story that Maggie had told him that you didn't even tell me. So the first ever pop-up, that first Friday pop-up we did at the Sanctuary, the Sanctuary decided that same day that they were going to completely change their interior design of their dispensary. Like literally hours before the event was supposed to happen. And it ended up working out, but I heard from Derek that you roll up like 2 hours before, like an hour and a half before, and there's like a construction crew there, and they're like rushing to get like everything done and like moving shit, and then there was this like one piece of furniture that no one else could move. And like you must have went outside and like just like shot up some TRT or something and then went back in there, because they said that you just put that shit up with ease.
I mean, it was kind of easy. It was kind of easy. You know what I mean? It's, it pays to do your push-ups.
Do you know? Like, can you like expand on that story a little bit, or?
Well, I mean, I walked in, right? It's like, we're bringing back our first Friday events, and it's exciting, right? We're getting the place activated. It's not your normal pop-up, right? So like we're bringing live artists, we're bringing food trucks, we're bringing DJs. I think we got like 3 to 5 rappers. It's kind of like a lot of coordination, a lot of things moving around, right? And so you kind of like hope for it to go smooth as possible. But when we get there, like Tony mentions, it's like they're literally like gutting the showroom floor. A couple hours,
There's a dude with like a belt, like a what's it called, a construction belt on. He's got like a pencil behind his ear. Then like JC walks in, they're like JC's like, you got to get all this shit together. Like, what's going on? They're like, oh fuck, sorry. And JC
there's like plywood dust. There's like plywood dust in the air. You know what I mean? I'm like, get this out of here. Start moving stuff around. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta do a little heavy lifting, right?
I guess so. I guess that's how that works. It's just so funny to me that like that was the story. Like
I remember it too. She was like, Maggie's like, oh, jeez. She was like, I wish we could get somebody to move this thing. And she was like, she was like, oh, JC's here.
If there was just somebody whose arms couldn't be contained by sleeves. I think you were sleeveless that day too.
I could have been sleeveless. It's very possible.
What a sight to see! I wish we could have got that recorded.
It's nice to have me around sometimes. You know what I mean? I do provide value.
Just once in a while.
Every now and then.
We're gonna be doing another one of those events this Friday too. Huh?
We are. This Friday is in fact First Friday, and August 6th we're gonna completely activate the downtown
Bang Bang
Sanctuary.
Boom,
Bang,
boom,
boom.
6 to 8, right?
6 to 8 p.m. Get it while it's hot. Every single purchase. We have some incredible brands in the building, but every single purchase is going to get a free Culture and Cannabis pre-roll. Not only that, you're also going to get a free taco. You're going to be able to witness amazing music by OG Surge. We're going to have live glass blowing in the house, live painting. We're going to have live hosts, giveaways. What kind of brands we going to have there?
I don't remember.
I think I remember. We're gonna I was just checking. I actually know. Listen, Trendy
wasn't CC'd on that email. I don't think
you were. It's okay. I read all your emails that I'm CC'd on.
I appreciate that.
You could pop quiz me later, but yeah, we got Trendy Extracts in the building.
Yep.
Cannovative is in the building.
Of course.
Steezy is in the building.
Of
course, Cultures and Cannabis is in the building.
Bang, bang.
And yeah, I think that's good. That's going to be all the
wow,
brands.
what a fucking lineup of brands, yo! Talk about a fucking solid lineup.
Here's the thing. Get out, right? I mean, I know there's a lot coming on. Take your precautions, right? Bring the mask, wash your hands and all that. But like, grab the family. Come out, enjoy First Friday, right?
Over 21 family.
You can park, if you come to the sanctuary, you could park, close to there, right? And you can just literally walk. You come to the sanctuary, come to our event, and then you walk to First Friday.
Or
right?
you leave your kids at First Friday and then walk over and then go back and hopefully find your children, make sure they didn't get kidnapped or anything. And you should be good.
Yeah, downtown's been cleaned up a lot, so yeah. I mean,
be chill.
Get out and enjoy what's happening.
Yeah, we gotta wear a mask, but it is what it is.
What else is happening? We got some announcements, right?
Yeah, we got some announcements. What kind of announcements?
Should I help you with that? Yeah. I got some announcements.
But you keep on throwing it over to me. I'm just here to give you comments. Okay?
It's cool, man. It's like I'm not talking to myself.
By the way, just anyone that's listening to this podcast right now, we did have a guest today.
Yes, we did.
We did have a guest. Unfortunately, that person could not make it today for reasons unbeknownst to us, but it's okay. This person also got rescheduled at a different time, so it's just been a little back and forth. That could be him texting JC. It could be.
I did see him doing really, really large dabs earlier today.
It could be in that mode too. Listen, it's the Culture and Cannabis Podcast. That's what's gonna happen here. It happens once in a while. Sometimes you just get so stoned that you forget that you got booked, or you fall asleep, take a nap. I've fell asleep through at least one or two of these shows before. I mean, I've been in the corner just on the show, just like with my sunglasses on. So, I mean, it is what it is. It happens.
But here's the thing: it happens every week, right? And we've been doing it for 2.5 years, and
So I can just come on here and bullshit.
I mean, you come on here and bullshit. Listen, all these episodes are archived. You can check out some incredible topics, amazing guests for the last 2 years, I think, from the Culture and Cannabis Podcast.
Longer.
2+ years.
2019 we started.
So from a very long time. I don't know if there's another
March. It was March of 2019 we started.
I don't know if there's another podcast that's been consecutively longer in Nevada.
I know. We've been doing this for weeks. Weeks. Every week Rick sees us or sees one of us, and it's just it's phenomenal.
Did you see my Instagram post today?
Trying to think about which Instagram post you posted today.
Do you even read my Instagram posts?
Sometimes. I mean, I get the gist. I just go, okay, what's the title? What's the ending? I'll figure out the rest.
It was talking about winning. You know what I mean? And listen, it only lasts.
What was the picture, or what is it? The video?
It was a throwback, right? Today's Thursday. It was a TBT.
Yes.
You actually took the photo.
Yes, now I remember. You're wearing the glasses. You're at Solaris. Yes,
at Solaris.
I did read that one. I thought maybe you had posted again. My bad.
No, just the one post. It was about cracking the code. You know what I mean?
Cracking the motherfucking code.
Cracking the code, man. You know what I mean?
Putting your ear up and type of thing.
Boom. But it only lasts for a minute. You know what I mean?
Cracking the code.
Cracking the code. It only lasts for a second.
Well, once that door's open, and then there's more codes to go crack.
That's
the point. If you've watched any really like Ocean's 11, or I think is it called The Italian Job? What's that movie with Mark Wahlberg?
The Italian Job.
Is it The Inside Job? Rick, you know what movie it is? Rick doesn't know. Is it The Italian Job? And they have like the Mini Coopers?
It could be.
I'm not sure.
I think Job is in the title,
It's either Inside Job or it's The Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg. I don't remember. Anyways, if you ever watched one of those movies, when they are cracking the code to that safe, it's literally only a second or two of enjoyment of cracking that, which realistically, that's the hardest part. Mm-hmm. Like once you break that barrier, then it's just about getting away.
It's almost like right before they crack it is the best part. You know what I'm saying? It's like every,
it's all led up to that point
right there, right? But then when it opens, it's like,
And then once it's open, then it's like, all right, let's get the fucking money, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, on to crack more codes.
On to crack more codes.
So, is that what you were trying to say?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Essentially?
It's like, it's just winning only lasts for a second. You can't win today's ball games with yesterday's home runs.
Facts, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, let's suit up every day to fight another battle. And it's about the progress. But we have a lot of incredible things coming up. We've already, I'm really proud of what we've been able to accomplish over the last couple of years, doing products in Nevada. But it looks like we're going to have the opportunity to take it to completely all new levels, starting at the end of this year as we take on a new cultivation.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. It's going to be super sick. It's going to be our own cultivation, which is going to be super dope. Mm-hmm. We won't be necessarily growing out of there, but we'll be doing some very unique things in the market here in Las Vegas with this upcoming license. So it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, and so, it will be interesting. And, just like with the Hustler that we just released, right? Like, we're building trust in the market, right? Trust with the buyers, trust with the bud tenders, and definitely trust with the consumers.
Most importantly, trust with the consumers.
Well, most importantly, with the consumers, and that trust is based around us being able to curate high quality products, right? And that's what we've done with the Hustler. We've curated, procured some incredible flower that we have been working around some incredible people that. Has a relationship that we got that flower and put it together with another group of people that make some of the best concentrates here in Nevada. And we've procured an incredible creative product, right? We're going to continue to go along that path with our new cultivation license, procuring and curating new material and creating incredibly creative blunts, pre-rolls, and just about anything that you can imagine which is allowed under the regulations of cultivation for Nevada.
Yeah, it's going to be super sweet, and I'm really pumped about it. It's going to be another test of the Culture and Cannabis Squad, to ensure that we're meant to be here, right? Like the sword's been sharpened. Now it's time to go fight another battle or crack another code, which one would say.
Yeah.
So we got to crack the code,
We got to crack the code because, now the work begins, right? And, we've already put a lot of work in and all that stuff, but now it's really time to, turn it up, take it up a notch and really make a mark on this market.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Man, too bad we didn't have like a resident DJ on the podcast. Like, how funny would it be if they were just doing like sound bites and then
maybe next year,
and then maybe had like a little. He was just like hitting us with like what we never asked about. He just hit a little bit. We're just going off right now.
Tony.
Maybe it's Tiesto. Maybe we can get Tiesto to be a resident podcast DJ.
That would be just a life-changing moment.
Has that ever happened before? Is there ever been a resident podcast DJ to ever happen?
I think so.
You think so?
I think Big Mike, I don't know, had resident DJ and a resident bud tender.
Who's Big Mike?
Big Mike has Advanced Nutrients.
Oh, Big Mike.
Big Mike.
I thought this was like a local Big Mike. Like someone we knew.
California Big Mike.
The biggest.
Bazillionaire Big Mike.
The biggest of the mics.
Yeah.
Wait, he had a resident DJ on his podcast?
Yes.
Like he would have a DJ like in the right here.
Like in the corner, yeah. And then they had like a personal not a bartender but a bud tender.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. That's really cool actually.
And they had like a porn star chick that was like the moderator host.
Wait. So
should we get a hot chick to go?
I mean, maybe just like feed us questions.
It could be interesting.
Something that we could look into. I like the idea of a bud tender though, just on staff, like here, just rolling us joints and like the job was like, hey, I need a, like you would give them single like, and that would be like, give me a backwood blunt.
Backwood blunt.
Yeah, and then maybe if like give me a smacker, like a big joint or something.
Like that, yeah. Give me a banger.
Yeah.
Give me a banger.
Yeah. You got codes.
Let me get that Hustler. Let me get that
24. Like baseball codes.
I mean, it's all about the codes, man. It's all about the codes.
And we're just cracking them. Whether it's for bud tenders rolling us joints during our podcast or if it's for facilities here in Nevada. Mm-hmm. But that's cool. Big Mike. Shout out Big Mike, man. Wasn't he going to do like a TV show or something?
Probably. He's out there on the forefront. I mean, he's been doing it a long time. You know what I mean? Big Mike. He'll do an Instagram post and he'll have like, firecrackers and fucking girls doing cartwheels in the back and shit like that. And,
You know what was wild? Like completely, like we kind of talked about it last week, but it was Champs. Like we went to Champs.
Champs was here. Champs was insane. We met some really cool people. Shout out to the Stash crew, the Riggin' One crew, the ROI. Met some all those people.
The
Rio. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Don't be calling it the ROI. Come on.
That's what it should be called, right?
RIO, you mean? The ROI group.
Been dealing with numbers all week. But yeah, no, it was cool. They came down and they were doing a party around Koala Puffs and some of their products and stuff like that. It looks like
Koala Puffs, the influencer.
The influencer.
She was here.
She was here.
Did you meet her?
I did not meet her. I did not. I think maybe. You know what? I think I did meet her, but I didn't realize it was her.
Like you just like shook her hand, like just so dad like.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you do?
Yeah. Oh, do you?
Oh, do you smoke weed?
But yeah, she's probably said to be one of the most influential people in cannabis on Instagram.
I follow her on Instagram. She's good. She has good TikToks. She's good with reels and
she has products. She has a whole product line.
Does she?
Yeah. So they had the giveaway bags. I think I had it's called Quality Products.
Oh.
Yeah.
Quality. Because it's K. She just goes as it's KOLA.
KOA. Koala. I don't know. But listen, they had some struggles out here because there's Champs. You know what I mean? The big brands come out here and they do the after parties around all the big conventions, and everybody wants to smoke weed at their parties, but it's still not legal in Nevada.
So were people getting kicked out for smoking weed?
Well, I think that the venue that they had found out that there was they were with the weed people, and they were at the last minute. It was basically like, yo, you can't have your event here.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, so that was kind of a bummer. So they called Leilani Joy.
Shouts out to motherfucking Leilani goddamn Joy.
And so, we got them fixed up at 18 Ben. And so, yeah, they had that event over there. We went over there. Good times at Champs. We also saw David Tran. We gave David Tran one of the 24 karat gold.
An OG of OGs in the cannabis industry. Our third ever podcast guest as well.
Yes.
What? That was also at a Champs, right?
That was the Champs, yeah. Father Tran came through.
Yeah. Wow, what a crazy time in our lives. That was March 2019.
Yeah.
Because that's when they did that. Because they usually do 2 a year here.
Yes, they do.
Pre-COVID,
the summer show,
and
winter show.
Yeah. Or it's like a fall spring deal.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love.
But usually the fall or the one in the winter is bigger. But I guess since everything that we've been through, this was a huge
It was
show.
massive
show.
One of the biggest fucking massive
shows.
They had like the whole side essentially.
Rapper Kush had like a 2-story freaking booth.
KRS-One was just chilling in the fucking booth, just smoking a bleezy on a podcast.
I think it was Spice One.
Oh, Spice
One.
Sorry.
Not KRS-One, but
whatever.
Spice One.
Is that the same group, like KRS-One, Spice One?
Definitely not. One is from San Francisco, one's from New York.
Oh, wait, which one did we see?
We saw Spice One.
Who's from where?
The Bay.
He's
the original Bayside gangster.
Is he?
Yeah. Before
E40?
Before E40. Yeah.
Really?
True story. Yeah.
What songs does Spice One have? Do you know?
In the Ghetto.
Well, can you sing that for me? Like, can you just like mumble it or something?
Probably not.
Hold on. What?
Spice One, In the Ghetto. It's a classic, bro. It's the storytime rap, right? It's when he paints a picture around life in the ghetto and in the Bay Area.
My phone's been acting hella weird lately, bro. I don't know if maybe like the FBI.
Spice One is literally one of the most legendary rappers, probably of all time.
Really?
American rappers of all time. And we booked him, and he performed a Culture in Cannabis.
Spice One?
Spice One.
Oh, Spice One.
Spice One.
Oh, I got 5 on it? No, that's not him. Welcome to the Ghetto.
Welcome to the Ghetto.
Hey. I can vibe to them. All right, I don't want to get kicked. I don't want to get kicked off Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean that was champs. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Absolutely nuts. My dad texted me too, so I don't know if you all know, but my dad is an avid watcher of the show. He said, "Hey, what's going on with the cannabis lounges? He wants to know what's going on with the cannabis lounges."
The cannabis lounges. I mean, I think all that work is done. The laws have been passed, and what's happening is, it's a waiting game. And I think what there's some groups that are going all in on it, right? And they're kind of. Well, Planet 13 already has theirs built out.
Yeah, well, there was an article that was just produced on David Ferris, another former podcast guest here, who is, him and his group is going to lead the way into proper cannabis lounges.
Yes, so that's executive officer from Planet 13.
Yeah, I think he's the vice president of marketing, or I don't know what his title is, but he's pretty high up. He pretty much he runs the show over there as far as marketing and sales goes, and marketing, sales, and buying.
And they built out their lounge last year. Whatever,
yeah, they've been prepared, so it's going to be awesome to see a group like that really be able to perform on such a high level, because they've been such a massive attraction for Las Vegas cannabis. And while some people might say certain things about Planet 13, I think it's really helped Las Vegas cannabis as a whole, right? Like I feel like people might be pissed off right now while I'm saying this, but like if you think about it, Planet 13, it being the largest cannabis superstore in the world, really brought so much hype to the Las Vegas cannabis market, and has really helped so many brands out here, put brands on a national level, and brought in, it's like, well, fuck, Planet 13's busy as shit. There's a ton of dispensaries in that same area, right? Go check those out. And then what ends up happening is as people become more familiar with cannabis, with Planet 13, they go, oh, well, there's a dispensary that's actually over here who might have this product for a little bit cheaper, or this, they don't even, Planet 13 might not carry this product, so this dispensary over here has it, right? So I think it's going to happen that same way with the lounges. I think from a worldwide level, Planet 13 is going to show the rest of the world how to do a cannabis lounge. And it's
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, I think some people probably hate on that group. I don't really know why, but
I don't really get it either. It's like, like they built the biggest, dopest cannabis dispensary
it's super
in the game.
Dope. Like it was kind of scary at first. It was like kind of shocking. It was like, oh no, right? They're doing this thing, and then it was like, for a lot of people, their first kind of thought was like, oh, it's too big, it's too much, it's this and that, right? Well, they just like knocked it out of the park. Right.
Yeah.
And listen, when you go over there, it's like top class guys working there.
Yeah.
Right?
No. And like the service is phenomenal.
It is incredible. The service is phenomenal. Every time you go over there, it's not just a big, beautiful building, right? Everyone that works there, everything that's going on over there.
And they just opened their Orange County store too.
They did, yeah.
Which we haven't seen. But
nobody invited us to that.
No one invited us. I mean, we're just giving fucking Planet 13 props, and we didn't even get invited to the party. It's okay.
David Ferris, come on.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. How you like leave us out? Just playing.
But yeah, no, I mean, we need the big players like that. We need it's Vegas, right? We need the big clubs, right? We need the big experiences. We need the bigger players like that. And I think Planet 13 is definitely going to execute on that. It's going to be great. On the other side, right? There's a lot of people kind of like, not sure if they even really want to participate in it.
Which is so crazy. Like, me and JC obviously talk with a lot of people in management positions in dispensaries, and there really isn't like, I don't know. I feel like we've talked with some people, and they're not very excited about the lounge.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. They haven't made it to where it's like a super lucrative opportunities. There's a bunch of like. It's complicated, right?
I think for the dispensaries, it's while they have to pay $100,000 fee and do the build out, and it has to be adjacent to their property. I believe that they will be big winners when it comes to lounges. It's the independent lounges that will, I think, I think it's 20 they're going to start with. Out of that 20, 2 will be successful. That's just a full-time Tony prediction. And that's not me like putting anybody down, but I just don't see how these lounges will be profitable, right? And the main reason why is because the way that the laws are set up is that lounges have to create a contract with a dispensary near them. Obviously, it makes sense if it's near them, so that they then can have product at their stores. So should be interesting how that's going to work. Because what's going to happen is that, there's going to be some dispensaries that don't want lounges, right? And there's going to be some dispensaries that are set up. And so with that being said, though, I think there's going to be a really massive push when it comes to pre-roll sales in the market and single serving edibles in the market. So I think that's going to be cool too, to kind of see the individuality of it and how people are going to market themselves. Because, just like the same way that Kettle One or Patron or any of these alcohol brands market at a nightclub or bar, will be the same idea at these lounges. It just will be interesting because they're not selling it to them directly. They have to use the dispensary, which has now become almost like a distribution hub, which gives a lot of power to dispensaries.
Yeah, it's just...
And it's crazy.
It's mind-numbing, really. But, I think there's going to be a second push of new licenses, probably some new regulations that come out over the next 5+ years. That hopefully will kind of make it to where the independent people can win, right? Because it would be really cool to have a little district, right, where there's independent shops where you can, hop around and try different experiences.
And not only that, but there's having in neighborhoods around the valley, right? The idea, and Reno, I think, places like my love and my joy, places like Reno are going to get deprived of these lounges because there's going to be maybe 1 or 2 players that go up there. So maybe you might see a culture and cannabis lounge in Reno. I don't know.
You should. We should see one in Reno.
We should, maybe potentially. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
What are they doing about the people who are doing dabs and then leaving and getting in their cars? Is the bud tender responsible?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be just like a bar. You know what I'm saying?
So the bartender's not responsible, right?
No, state of Nevada, the bartender is not responsible if someone hopping in their car. And I think so. Yeah, obviously, you have to use discretion, but. I think what's going to happen, I personally think is going to happen, is that when they first open, there's going to be a fucking massive crackdown on driving high, and then it will settle down.
Kind of settle down, yeah.
So when you first go to these lounges, take an Uber, I promise you, at least for the first 3 months. After that, drive your car. No one's going to care.
At your own risk.
At your own risk. Don't drive high. Don't go too stoned. The good thing about a lot of these lounges is that they have a lot of precautions in place to ensure that you can get home safely if you do drive there. I just can't wait for a lounge. Hopefully it's our lounge or a lounge that we're connected with that will just be somewhere near my house and be like a coffee shop where I can just go there, hang out, smoke a joint, and work on my computer.
Well, when we get, maybe we'll just build one for you.
That would be nice.
Meanwhile, there's a lounge open now at Nuwu.
Yeah, and people always forget that. We have a lounge already in Las Vegas,
and our hustlers are sold there. You can get
which is sick.
You can get a hustler there.
Sick. So that's fun.
But yeah, man, that about wraps it up, right? I think.
Is that the podcast?
It could be the podcast, unless you got anything else for us.
Do we have anything else to announce about?
I don't think so.
Rick, you need us to say anything, or?
Do you see my shirt?
It says hustle.
Hustle.
You're just missing an R.
Just missing an R.
Yeah. Have you heard about this new thing, Ligma?
Stop, bro. Stop. I'm not that old.
How about Howard? You know Howard?
No.
Damn it. I thought he knew Howard. No. You guys know Segma? Segma. Yo, Chuck's gonna love this when I show him this clip later. All right, that's it. That's the podcast. Listen, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the show. It's been so fun being on this podcast, and I can't wait to come back next week and do it again. Do we have anyone cool next week?
We do. Let me just find out. Let me get better at this. I should already know, but
it's okay. JC has a lot on his brain.
I don't think we have anyone scheduled.
So we'll get someone scheduled for you guys, and we'll do another badass podcast here at the Culture and Cannabis Studio. And that's about it. I'm Full-Time Tony. This is JC Coates. This is Culture and Cannabis Podcast. We'll see you all next Thursday. Peace.